Surely through this place. We just came walking and we're walking through this place. But surely a lot of people have passed or pass through this place every day. I can't imagine how many people have passed through here. In fact, we're in the oldest cemetery on the face of the earth of the Jewish people.
Yes, exactly.
We are in a valley. Up there is the Mount of Olives. Right in front of us is Mount Moriah. Between them, there is a valley. This valley. We will talk to you a little bit about this. It's called the Valley of Jehoshaphat. But what we wanted to do in this short video today is to show you the evidence from the scriptures. We often say the land of the Bible has many places. But how many of those places can we truly know that events actually happened there? Can we really know if something truly happened there or not? Most of the time, we say that in many cases, in the New Testament, we might claim a miracle occurred at a location, but it's difficult to prove it truly happened there. But, for example, we can't avoid that Jesus was at the Sea of Galilee. Sea of Galilee, we have it to this day. For example, when we are told about the Salt Sea, we still have the Salt Sea to this day. When we are told about the Mount of Olives, we still have it to this day. When we are told about Mount Moriah, even in the book of Genesis, we still have it to this day. Now, the place where we are now, you see construction. Why construction? Obviously, it's a cemetery, but this cemetery is built on top of what was here before. And what was here before is years of history, but to not make this too long
And be
very clear about our point, let's open the Bible. As we always say, we want to travel through Israel with the Bible in hand in the book of Samuel. Exactly, let's read 2 Samuel. Chapter 18. 18? I'll ask Laura to help me read, because even with glasses, I can't see well at this hour.
Yes, so it's 2 Samuel 18:18. And in Beda, Absalom had taken and erected a pillar, which is in the king's valley. Because he had said, I have no son to preserve the memory of my name. And he called that pillar after his own name. And so it has been called Absalom's pillar to this day.
Exactly. In other words, what we just read is something that was written thousands of years ago.
About
a fact. A fact about a person who was in Beda and whom he himself sent to be. So he makes a pillar, and right here, Samuel describes to us why Absalom sends to have this pillar made. The question is whether we now travel through the land of the Bible. Many people visit here. Sometimes they come without a guide, hire someone, and walk by here. They don't realize they passed a place where a biblical event occurred? You see us here now, but could you have ever imagined it? Now that we just read, which pillar are we talking about? Because you can see it there in the image. You are seeing the image here, exactly behind us. That's the pillar being described here in the book of Samuel, Absalom's pillar. We still have it with us to this day. We are in the year 2021, going into the year 2022. So how many years back did we go to realize that? Is the Bible real? That the Bible, even though it contains historical data here, also presents us a spiritual sphere. If we study the life of Absalom, we will also realize what will happen to him later and everything that happened much further on. Sadly and unfortunately, sometimes, because we're used to being around here, we don't realize the places we're in. And sometimes when people come, when tourists come, they enter so quickly that at some point people think and leave, with the idea that the place that was there was
the tomb of Absalom.
And actually, no, that's not what the Bible tells us. The Bible says that he had a pillar built while he was alive. What does it tell us? Where was he buried?
In the Valley of the King.
Did they take him to the Valley of the King? They
buried him, yes.
In Forest already.
In a forest?
A forest. They took him to a forest. It was possibly here on the outskirts of Jerusalem.
Maybe, but
Here.
No.
We have too much forest.
no, because it was.
A valley. It was a...
Valley with water.
And since then, even also... This was a valley that wasn't a very pleasant place. But we're going to tell you about that. Sorry, to comment in a second part, that is, in the video that continues from this one. Now what we're going to do is get closer to this column, okay?
Let's.
See if it really dates back to that time, or if they just made it up now, about 10 or 15 years ago. They said it's in the Bible, so let's do it quickly before others like Eduardo or Lorena come and say it was in the Bible. Let's see if that's truly ancient. Let's get closer. Come on. Alright, here we go. We're gonna see the evidence of this place. The truth is, not many tourists come through here. Not a lot of tourists, because the bus actually drops them off up there. And then...
Exactly, that's right.
It's very complicated to walk around here. Okay, look, let's see. Let's turn around.
Wait, but who mostly comes through here?
It's this camera. Who comes through here?
They come to say their prayers, right? To
Them.
the graves that are there.
That go and are exactly there. Hey, huh? Even though the Jewish people don't visit the graves. What some currents within Judaism do is visit their spiritual figures from the past. For example, rabbis,
Exactly, a rabbi.
who have been important to them, or not so much a family member. They don't visit a family member, but rather a spiritual figure.
That they.
Have had in the past. To this day, it's worth noting that the Mount of Olives Cemetery is still in use. Is it still?
Is there still space then for?
Also, let's not forget that many of those who are buried in this place are those who believe that the dead will rise first. Do you remember the Second Temple period with the Pharisees and Sadducees?
Always.
It was always there. Some believed in resurrection, others didn't.
Then they.
Believers in the resurrection are here. When the Messiah arrives, the dead will rise first. Anyway, let's stay on topic.
But you didn't answer me.
Is there room
Still in this cemetery.
for
To keep burying.
people? Sure. Every day they're burying people here. Every day they're burying people. In fact, I think right now there was some kind of grave there that they were... Not a grave, how do you say it? Funeral?
Yes.
I don't know how you say it. Funeral.
Funeral.
That's what you call it. Well, look at this. What you see here. You can see. Here is the rock. There is the rock. Do you see La Quividi? All the original rock, which hasn't undergone any kind of alteration, is from ancient times. Obviously, all of that, what was put there is a closure. Why? Because there are caves underneath. And to prevent people from going in there and reaching places where there are bodies.
Ultimately,
Okay? They were like, crypts.
where.
In ancient times, also during the Second Temple period, were coffins made here? I forgot the name there. The dead person. The dead person, let's see. Come on, so you can see that we're here. What they did was grab the body when they wrapped it and did all the things. The process. This one of...
Putting the spices on it.
The...
Oils.
They actually did that with the Messiah, remember? Yes, they did that with the aromatic spices. Then they wrapped him like a kind of mummy and let the body deteriorate.
Then they would come.
They gathered the bones. This happened after Jesus' time, correct? And they would put them inside a kind of stone chest. Yes, I remember.
The word and
I don't remember the word, yeah.
where they did it to Jose too.
Also, exactly. They brought Jose too. That's right. Exactly. And they only left the bones there.
Just the bones then.
They would put them there. You could...
Transport him.
In caves.
Exactly. Why?
They were family caves. It's the place.
Definitive. That one?
They could use those, but they're not sarcophagi. Those were used by the Egyptians. Oh, how is it possible that we forget? Look, it's great that we're not even editing the video. We're doing it together with you, so help us out by writing in the comments below. What was it called? Well,
Let's continue. And that's it.
okay.
Coming now.
He's coming now. I have it. If I do this, you'll read it for me. If you have the gift of reading tongues. But he's coming now, he's coming now. Maybe we're trying to translate it from Hebrew. So, in summary, these caves were used to put families, even entire ones, and leave them there. That was used in the 1st century. Before the 1st century, it also worked through caves, remember? Even when we have a case in the Bible, it says that the body of the day, that of Lazarus, they put him in a cave. That was the system, right? Back then, they waited for the body to decompose. But let's look at this. The thing about the rock here. Now, notice again that it's a rock that has been worked on, improved. But in reality, it's the rock that was already in the ground. In part of the
Cave. Let's look at this. You can
realize here that it's part of the prepared staircase, but also part of what was the original cave. All of this is part of the original rock that was there before. And here what they did was carve it, but on the same rock. That is, this isn't something added, it's
bedrock, yes.
it's carved. And this part is, how do you say? Sanded, brought to a smooth finish? There it is. Everything. All of this is rock. So, this gentleman Absalom, what he did was create this structure. Obviously, he didn't make it. Obviously, he had it made, but it's possible that he was involved in the process of all the work on how this plan should be carried out. And this is now known as Yad,
Absalom La
the hand of Absalom, which is precisely located in a place
called the
valley.
of Josaphat. It's worth noting that surely before inside these two places there were things, or maybe something important, or maybe some furniture, something. But obviously we also see bars here. This also tells us that for years, every time a new people came and they captured the country of Israel, of Jerusalem, they also stole everything related to the dead, the items, the offerings that were sometimes brought to them, and so on. It's also important that it's completely empty inside.
Yes, today, but at some...
Back then it wasn't like that.
Nowadays, yes, exactly. Well, that's it for now. We say goodbye. The only thing we wanted to do today was to show you the places that, as of today, we have visited around the world. From the Bible, if we open the Bible verse, we will find it. So there it is, Samuel, 2 Samuel chapter 18, verse 18. Next time you're in Israel, stop by, read the verse, and that's it. Then you'll be in the place where it happened. Blessings, shalom, shalom, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.